within a large company environment, oftentimes because of the capital expenditure issues that come up. And I think many people would probably be surprised to hear from a small company who's found success from adding automation and at the same time creating more high-quality jobs. Our keynote speaker today is exactly that person. I first met Drew when we presented together Automation 2011 last year in Chicago. We were presenting in a conference session on the topic of cost-justifying automation. And we met up again later last year when we both presented to the Congressional Robotics Caucus in D.C. On the topic of the positive economics of robots and how they impact the economic landscape. I've been deeply impressed with Drew's passion for his business and for his employees, and I'm very excited to introduce my friend, colleague, and our keynote speaker, Drew Greenblatt. To give you a little background on Drew, before we apply. Drew's the owner of Marlin Steel Wire Products, which is a Baltimore-based manufacturer of engineered wire baskets and wire forms for medical, aerospace, and industrial applications. In addition to serving as his company's president, Drew is on the executive board of the National Association of Manufacturers and was recently appointed by Maryland's Governor O'Malley to the newly created Governor's International Business Advisory Group. Is that right?
International Advisory.
Okay. Awesome. He's a frequent guest on Fox Business News and has been featured in articles for the Wall Street Journal, the New York Times, and Fortune. So please give Drew a warm Wichita welcome.
It's how I think America needs to change its focus. Manufacturing is critical to our future. A lot of people don't know this, but the average wage in a manufacturing firm is $77,000 a year. It's a stunning amount of money. You send your kid to college on that, you can own a car, vacation. Manufacturers in general are very good with benefits, paying health insurance, etc. So this is something I'm extremely passionate about, and I want to thrive in our country. Today I'm going to talk about my experience and how we transformed through the years. Today I'm hoping that we can talk about how important it is for you to consider automation and consider robotics and pursue it very vigorously. Again, I'm Drew Greenblatt. I'm the owner of Marlin Steel. Our company was established in 1968, and I bought it 14 years ago from a third party. The company I bought was very different than where we are today, and we're going to talk about that as well. Over the last 6 years, we've grown revenue-wise, profit-wise, and employee headcount-wise, consistently throughout this recession. I'm very proud of that, and that's some of the things we'll be talking about today. I believe robotics and automation is critical. I think that companies should be very aggressive about it because that's going to make your company prosper and thrive in the future. I believe this is not something you should just delegate to a manufacturing engineer on the factory floor and say, figure it out. I think this has to be taken from the CEO level, the high-level management level, as an important imperative to grow your company. This is not something that you just slough off to engineering. This is something that should be something that's a core focus of the company. My overall theme is that the way automation and robotics is going to help your company is in these 4 areas. Number one, of course, where your choke points are, where the piles of finished goods are not moving through because there's so much work in process. Places where you're having quality issues, where you have to do rework, where you're having excessive scrap. Places where you have to get more speed because your clients are very demanding. And lastly, where you're having over-the-top scrap issues. My belief is that you need to benchmark your company, because if you benchmark your company properly, you can see where you should be, and you want to try to exceed the rest of your industry. We've joined trade associations so we can figure out where we are tracking versus other companies. When I first bought the company, we were tracking at about $40,000 per year per employee in sales. better, get up to 250. My competition is in the 130 world. Some of them are down at 110, some are at 140. I attribute a lot of this to very good automation. Just to give you a little background, we make everything in Baltimore. We import absolutely nothing. Matter of fact, we export. We export to 36 countries. When I first bought the company, we were in Brooklyn, New York, really bad section of Brooklyn. And an export to us was shipping to the Bronx. Okay? Now we export to 36 countries, and I'm really proud of that. Literally, containers, for example, of engineered wire baskets to places like Australia. We also ship to places like China, Singapore, New Zealand, Ireland, all throughout the world. Let me scroll back a little bit. Company was established in 1968. We made bagel baskets. The company, when you think about quality, our goal was to be plus or minus a bagel. Okay? If the bagel doesn't fall out, that's a success story. Okay? That was the world that I bought. Okay? Everything was very old-fashioned. The newest piece of equipment was from the 1950s. And the employees' health insurance plan was, well, you just go to that emergency room at the local hospital. That was the health insurance plan. Every single bend we made was by hand, one at a time. Every single weld was done one at a time. We had no prints. So if we got a reorder, our clients would have to send us back a basket. We would then copy that basket, and that's how we would, that was the company I bought, okay? It got worse. The employees were minimum wage, okay? And the high-paid ones were $8 an hour. There was no retirement plan. We had no brochures. I had a nice dinner last night with a marketing person. I think she'd be stunned if I told you. We had no brochures. Obviously, no website. The newest investment was a fax machine. So this is the company I bought. Everything was going well. I don't know if you guys remember the mid-90s. There was a bagel fad. Manhattan bagels, Einstein bagels, Brewbakers. They were opening up all over the place. People were eating bagels nonstop. It was the perfect place to be if you're the world's biggest bagel basket manufacturer. And I thought when I bought the company, we were just going to grow to the moon because you don't need 5 bagel shops in Wichita. You need 25, obviously. Everybody knows that, right? Well, I didn't see 2 things coming. These are things that I didn't plan for, and it was a perfect storm. The first one was China. They started importing baskets into Manhattan cheaper than I could buy steel. That's an untenable business proposition. We were getting slaughtered. We were starting to hemorrhage major amounts of cash because, I couldn't even afford marketing. I couldn't afford the rent. I couldn't afford welding. I couldn't afford chrome plating. China was killing us. Then a second thing happened that was horrific. The Atkins diet. I don't know if you know anything about Atkins diet, but that's an anti-carbohydrate diet. You're not allowed to eat bread or bagels. So all of a sudden, a big portion of America stopped eating bread and bagels, and that means that bagel shops started going under left and right, and the last thing they wanted to do was buy more bagel baskets. So the company was in a major downturn. We were losing money hand over fist, and we were in a bad way. Our choices were bleak. Basically, we could do 2 things. I could either close down the plant, lose all my money, fire all my employees. That was choice 1. Or we could transform it. The problem was nobody tells you how to transform. Nobody gives you a crystal ball and says, well, obviously this is how you do it. Right around this time, I got a very fortuitous phone call from an engineer at Boeing. I didn't see this coming. He called me up and said he needed a basket, custom basket about this size by this, and he needed just a handful. Just a handful, 6. When I sell to Einstein, I sell them, $12 a throw for 1,000 of them. You just need 6. I'm gonna have to charge you. And the guy at Boeing goes, shit, whatever. migrated to precision engineering. Things that a Boeing engineer would care about. What do they care about? Very high quality, very fast, because they don't order with a long lead time. Okay, it's what you did yesterday. And they need engineering support. The guy at Boeing knows how to make a really good airplane. He doesn't necessarily know how to make a good basket. So we transformed and we migrated to precision. By the way, this is a basket we make for the Bradley fighting vehicle over in Iraq and Afghanistan. Now, for example, we make baskets for Toyota. And I'm actually going there on Monday again. We sell to 3 of their plants. This component right here is for the Corolla. They came to me and they said they needed a basket that could hold a Corolla part, a Camry part, a RAV part, a Lexus part. All of these are different. They wanted to go in a universal basket. They can't touch very sensitive areas. All of the parts had different sensitive zones. And they wanted to hold 6 in the basket. Is a brake pad. So we said, sure. And said, oh, by the way, we need them in 3 weeks. Yeah, no problem. Oh, and I need 1,700 of them. That's Marlin. Okay, that's what we migrated towards. By the way, my engineers are so good, we figured out a way to hold not 6 in there, but 8. And because we can hold 8 in there, that factory in Kentucky, 2,000 employees, is going 33% faster, not because of hiring more people or buying more plants or buying more ovens, because of a really good engineered basket. And that's what Marlin's about. And that's the transformation that we've done. We had to use robots and automation to make the quality and the precision and to give our engineers the latitude to come up with something really elegant like that. So this is our niche now. High quality, precision, and fast. And now we sell to very different clients. No more Einstein, no more Rivets, no more Manhattan bagels. Now we're selling to people like Toyota, to Merck, to Raytheon, United Technologies, Delta, United, Sesame. And this transformation occurred for a couple different reasons. We talked about QEQ, quality engineered equipment. That's our mantra. Other things we've done is we've focused on great talent. We don't look to hire Bs and Cs and Ds. We are looking only to hire As. We're focusing on profits. Again, we're investing heavily in technology, robotics, and a big emphasis on lean manufacturing. Let's talk about QEQ a little bit more. Quality is wonderful. If you have good quality, it gets you a lot of reorders. And it gets you into a situation where your clients are coming back over and over, getting all kinds of new opportunities. You only have to make it one time. You don't have to deal with reorder. If you have really good engineering, you can offer innovations. I showed you that Japanese auto basket for Toyota. You know, they could make that basket for cheaper in China. But the difference is that we came up with that innovation. And that's back to the engineering. 25% of my employees are mechanical engineers. That's our secret sauce. So that's how we can come up with those innovative ideas. And our goal was to be the quickest and fastest company that makes wire baskets in the world. We focused on things like making sure prints rule. We have heavily invested in fixtures, and we had one-piece flow going through the factory, all in an effort to improve our quality. As I mentioned, 25% of our employees are engineers. This is coming up with innovative, slick ideas that differentiate ourselves. We have things like stress software to see where the basket or sheet metal components will perform. Every one of my employees, everyone, has 2 monitors, okay? One for their email and the other one for whatever software package you're using. So they don't have to turn up and turn down their minimize and open up screens. All of my employees have 30-inch monitors, okay, not the 24 or 26 size. This is so their eyes aren't fatigued. This is so they can see what they're doing. We're doing these kinds of investments to supercharge our employees, to get them to be more, to like their job more, so that they can see what they're doing faster and easier. We spend 5% of our direct labor budget on training, so that our employees are the best out there. And we encourage a brainstorming and creative culture. We don't shoot people down. We're looking at and engaging for more clever ideas. The stress test software enables our employees to figure out where baskets and where things will deform. These are unique features that many other companies don't offer, and this is a way to differentiate them. Pushing heavily on the engineering. Again, when you fight in China, or when you're fighting Malaysia, and you're fighting India, you have to offer the secret sauce, which I believe is engineering. This is a part we're working with the United States Army. You know, when our soldiers go into battle, their head is protected with a slate helmet. They have the Kevlar. What part is missing? Their face guard. You know when you saw Star Wars, the soldiers in the white armor had the face guards? Why don't the United States Army soldiers have that? I mean, it's crazy. We don't want them to take a shot in the face. So we're making the sheet metal and wire struts that will be connected to the plastic, so the soldiers, when they're going into battle, will have a plastic shield in front of them. And we're using our stress software to see when the bullet impacts the shield, where is it going to deflect? Where is it going to deform? Is it going to be able to survive that? That's the kind of thing that the United States Army wants, and that's the kind of thing that many clients need nowadays. You have to have cutting-edge engineering. I believe quick wins. If you have a situation where you have a competitor and they're a little bit lower priced, but you can ship faster, you'll win. So I think quick is critical, and people become less price sensitive if you can hit outrageous delivery days. So we've developed systems to go faster, like the robotics, like the automation. We've been over-investing in equipment. That's a strategic plan we have. If everybody else invests 4% of sales, we're investing 18% of sales. We're over the top on an investment so that our employees are like on steroids. And our goal is to always meet deadlines, and our plan is to under-promise and over-deliver. We have a standard operating procedure book that's over 200 pages long, so everybody knows exactly what they're supposed to do and what steps. We've talked about great talent. I think that's the key. A lot of companies say, well, I got an opening right now, I might as well just take the first guy that comes in or gal that comes in, even if they're subpar. We believe, wait a little bit longer, interview more people, get the A player, because you want the person to be there for 20 years, you want them to be there for 30 years, you want to have amazing talent. We follow the Newport plan, which is you hire 5 guys, you pay them like 8, and they give you work like 10. That's the Newport philosophy, that's how Marlin does. We give people very clearly defined goals in Marlin. They have to do this, black and white, every 2 weeks they have their targets. There's no confusion, and it's a very short-term, in-your-face, clear document of what they need to do. We have a skills matrix in our lunchroom. Every single employee in the factory is a column. Every single skill is a row. And we grade all the points and the complexity, and we show it, and we're very transparent. We show everybody what everybody knows. So everybody can see everybody else's skills, and everybody can see how many points they have, because we tabulate it up. Some things are very involved, and some things are less involved. So you get 4 points for truly extraordinary hard things to set up, and 1 point for easy things that you master. And we tabulate it. It's in the lunchroom. Everybody can see. Some guys have 130 points, some guys have 6 points. The guys with 6 points, no, they're obviously complacent. Okay? The guys that have 130 points are killing themselves to cross-train, to learn more. So you tell me who's going to get more opportunity, who's going to get bigger raises. That's how we do things tomorrow. Nowhere on the skills matrix does it say had played golf with owner or drinks beer with plant manager. So this is our way to be a meritocracy and to be very transparent with our team. We give very big bonuses every 2 weeks if you hit your numbers. So we break down the company into little micro cells. And all the different cells in the factory have little targets to hit. And if all the little cells in the factory, if they're clear black and white objective targets, they get cash. Real cash, not little money. For example, he got $650 in a fight 2 weeks ago. Okay? When I first met him in Brooklyn, he was making $8 an hour. Okay? So this is the kind of money that we're talking about. It's very motivational. He makes a car payment. You can maybe even go for a nice vacation and get a couple of these together. What happened, which I didn't expect, is that the family, the wife, the spouse, sees the big check every 2 weeks. So all of a sudden, the real boss, they changed me, okay, is kicking you know what to make sure the employees are working really hard. That's the ultimate way to motivate the team, okay, when the spouse is kicking. So for this reason, we treat treat our employees like athletes. We treat them like professionals. We don't care if they go to the bathroom. We don't care if they have a smoke break. We don't care if they talk about the Baltimore Ravens game. Okay? We don't care. Why? Because all we care about is, did you hit your numbers in that 2-week period? If you did, you get a big check. It's real simple. Other benefits of it is they self-purge. Okay? We don't need as much management oversight. What I mean by that is, if you have a lean manufacturing cell with 4 guys, and one's a sloth, or one's doing bad quality work, they want them out. They want them out fast. Okay? And they come to us and they tell us we're the slackers. Okay? So this is something I highly recommend. Having very straightforward, black and white target, very frequent, 2 weeks. You don't want to have the 1-year goal. Okay? That's too long. These guys need to make it 2. All right? And you don't want to do it company-wide. You don't want to do it group-wide. Okay? It's too, somebody in another cell can screw up. But if it's a very micro environment, all the micro environments will do very well. They're all pulling their water because they want to hit their numbers. Well, all the micro environments do well by definition of company. And that's why Marlin's done so well. So we're very big at making people empowered and paying them well. Another benefit, another important attribute, I think, of being a good owner of a company or being a good team player is being transparent. Candor is refreshing. People are, it's amazing how much lies of omission are out there when you talk to employees, and you see people talk to employees. I think it's much better to be transparent, to be candid. I'd rather have people tell me something early bad than late. It's just a much better way to live, and it engenders trust. Safety is critical at Marlin, and again, robotics and automation play a huge role in that. We are really big into safety. For example, we invite OSHA and our workers' comp insurance company into our factory once a year for voluntary inspections. We embrace them. The employees see management embrace them. Okay, usually, you pull out the garlic, you pull out the cross when OSHA calls up. Okay, we have the opposite approach. We take them as a very consultative approach. They give us ideas, we improve the factory. Some of the ideas aren't so hot, I don't think they're so worthwhile, but I think the theme is the right thing, and they'll catch ideas, because we're not safety experts. By the way, I modeled myself after this company, EJ Ajax. I don't know if you're familiar with them. They're out of Minnesota. I flew up to visit and spend a day with them. They've gone over 2 million hours. They haven't had a lost time accident since 1991. So they're my hero. And I aspire to the day I retire, we'll still be working on our safety record. This is a little outdated. It's from the end of February. We were 1,100 days without a safety incident. We're now over 1,220 as of today. I'm really proud of that. And it's a big emphasis of what we're doing with the factory. And again, I attribute a lot of this to robotics and the automation, because the robotics and the automation is making sure that our employees are not in harm's way. They're doing the scuff work, the nasty work, the dirty stuff. Having investments in technology over the last couple of years, when everybody else was running around with hair on fire, we were investing. Why? Because you get crazy low interest rates. We just bought a laser in November, 3.9% interest rate. Also, you can buy robotic equipment. In our experience, has been as much as half off brand new equipment. So we bought over $3.5 million worth of new equipment. The employees love it because what's happening is they're working with the state-of-the-art, the best stuff in the world. It's like they're on steroids now. We bought robots to improve fixtures, to improve bending, we bought a sheet metal punch, and a new mill, new press brake. When we built baskets, in the old days we would weld the Z-axis of the basket manually. Okay, so now we're using robots. Okay, to do the 3D welding. This is the Z-axis welding. Now, these two guys in front, a lot of people would say, hey, wait a second, if you buy robots, you're going to lose the guys, right? Well, that's wrong. We never would have gotten this job from Novartis as a pharmaceutical company. We never would have gotten this job from Novartis. And these guys never would have gotten these hours if we hadn't had this robot. Novartis asked for an outrageous delivery date, but we didn't need it because of the technology that we had. By the way, these used to be in a General Motors plant in Allen, weld the doors to the catalog. And unfortunately, the plant went under, and in 3 hours, they sold 300 of these guys. I bought 60. So this is an example here. Some robotics and some automation that we've done at our factory that's really improved our quality, it's improved our throughput, and it's made our projects more viable than we ever could have had. This part right here used to be made in Ireland, okay, for more than a decade. It's telecommunication equipment. And this robot right here is made in Chicago, and it's the fastest robot in the world. It bends wire 492 feet per minute. We bought this at the bottom of the recession for about half off, and we married it with the Keynote robot over here, and it grabs the part, because the last part, the last bend, you see, you can't do. So the robot represents it, well, actually the last two guys, let's vote. The robot represents it, puts it back in. We make 700,000 of these a year, and we ship them to China, to Singapore, to Ireland. Again, it's all because of the automation. And without the automation, we can never have been viable for us. The beauty of this machine is that it's so consistent and the quality is so high. We made 700,000 of these a year. You can imagine the amount of carpal tunnel syndrome cases I would have if I had not done this, or how mind-numbingly boring that would have been. But because of robots, we're viable in this world. Clients want me to go faster, faster, faster. And if I can say yes, I'll win more jobs. So one thing we did was we decided we're going to build our tooling in-house. We're not going to wait for the outside. So we bought a brand new mill so that we can make our own tooling. So my suggestion to you is identify areas where you can make a difference, where your clients really care about change. In my case, we identified quick. I got to go faster to win more jobs. So we want to go faster quoting, faster prints, and faster shipments. But we were having a hang-up. One of our hang-ups was when we made a basket, there was always a sheet metal doohickey that I got to add to it. Driving us crazy. It would take us 2 weeks to get a quote from an outside sheet metal house, and then it would come in 2 to 4 weeks after that. After we issued the PO, we'd have to wait for the quotes. Then we'd have to send it out, and then it would come in. We had freight issues, or it would be dinged in transit, or they'd do the holes upside down, all kinds of crazy stuff. Life's too short. We don't want to deal with it. So it was a make-buy decision. So we bought some more automation, and we bought a state-of-the-art punch. So now we're into sheet metal in a big way. We've been doing very well in wire, but we want to go even faster. And it was a make-buy decision. So we bought this sheet metal punch. It's a made in the USA punch. It's the fastest punch in the world. It goes 900 strokes a minute. It has automatic load, automatic unload. Again, more automation. And right now it's loading up the sheet. This sheet can weigh as much as 350 pounds. And over there, the groupers are taking it into alignment. You're going to see over here the head. That's that head. This head right here goes up and down 900 strokes a minute. Okay? And it's 20 tons when it comes up and down. The beauty of this machine, though, again, back to automation, back to robotics, is that this thing can do roll thread, it can do countersink, counter boring, it can make link, it can make louvers, it can make hinges. So the beauty of this is, now I'm taking jobs back from China. How many of you guys are familiar with MasterCard? When you go to MasterCard, the sheet metal parts in there, those little brackets, that's me. That's that machine, okay? We used to make all the baskets for MasterCard. They love us. They want to give us more SKUs. They're so tired of their Chinese sheet metal bracket supplier. They came to me and said, hey, can you make this for me? So I said yes. And right here you can see that there's 190 tools in here. It's actually 19 tools. Each one of these, it holds 10 little dies. And it can change from die to die in 29 seconds. So now we're buying steel from the Newport plant in Crawfordsville, Indiana. This guy right here is punching it out. It's falling into a chute, put into a UPS box, and it goes to MasterCard. So we're importing it from Baltimore to Chicago, when they used to get it from Shanghai. We're really proud of it. bought an American-made laser. This machine is made in Connecticut, and it's helped us go even faster, but you don't need to make any tooling. You can cut steel 0.6 inches thick, and like I said, it's made in the USA. The very first job we shipped off of this part, we shipped to Japan for an automotive company. Right here you can see the laser is cutting steel. Right here. This is like a top view. And here you can see it cutting. It can cut a foot of steel in a second. That's how fast it is. And this is the kind of technology that our engineers can really use, because now it enables them to come up with much more, their creativity can now be made and create something that never we could create before, because we had that, hey, I need it in a day, I need it in 3 day kind of mentality. The laser's been a very positive impact in a very short duration of time. So now to me, sheet metal is a new blue ocean, okay, as a contrast to red ocean, which is loaded with sharks, okay. I'm in a blue ocean now. And because of this new technology, we're selling to Hewlett Packard. As I mentioned, we're doing roll threading for them, maneuvers, for their server farms, U.S. Army, the Proving Grounds, NSA, and as I mentioned, our first laser sale was on as an export part to a Japanese factory, automotive factory. So a lot of times people say, in no recession, where do you get the cash to buy this kind of stuff? Well, we're taking it out of inventory. It's on your factory floor. We're reducing our work in process. We're reducing our finished goods. We're reducing our raw materials. All of my raw materials, I don't own. Okay? When we buy raw materials, we have a vendor that has stockpiled it on our factory floor, and when we take it out to use it, that's when we buy it. So we've done these things so we can deploy more cash into equipment which customers care about. Customers don't care about how much inventory they have. They care about how fast we can ship it and how innovative our ideas are. So now, today, we're 6 times bigger than when I bought the company. We went up over 20% last year. Our average employees paid 3 times more than the day I bought the company. And our employees have rich benefits. We pay 100% for college. We pay for Blue Cross Blue Shield. They're on the same plan that I'm on. And as I mentioned, we export to 36 countries. Our future, we're going to use the same playbook. Aggressive growth, more quality, more engineering, more quick delivery. That means we're going to need more robots, of course. And we're going to be focusing on recruiting more and better talent. Every time somebody leaves, our attitude is we're going to hire somebody that's better than the person that left. And we're going to be investing more in the future. Our plan for this year is to buy this machine. It's basically an automated cell so that a robot can pick up sheet metal, use suction cups, approach over to a press brake, and we make bends lights out. Sort of like how we bend wire lights out, sort of like how we make parts with Mastercard lights out. This is our future. So it's more of the same, and I'll give you a little sneak peek. This is what we're going to be doing, and this will be coming in shortly. The beauty of this part normally is you need 2 people to hold this. And you can see how awkward and cumbersome it would be for 2 people. much. I appreciate